and being understanding. I'm going to ask everyone to ground yourself in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. Deep breaths always help, but do whatever feels best for you. And then set your intentions on what you would like to receive from this morning's, it is morning, from this morning's reading. And feel yourself grounding into this present moment with all of your energies, your physical self, your thoughts. Bring them all back into the present and ask yourself, what do I want right now in this moment? What do I want guidance on? What do I want clarity on? What do I want to manifest? What do you want right now in this present moment? And then allow yourself to connect with the divine and to open yourself to allow any messages that are in your highest and best good to reach your ears, to reach your heart, to help guide you, and to receive them with clarity and understanding. And when you feel ready, go ahead and let your energies join back into the energies of the room, back into the energies of the collective, so that I can pull cards for our collective energies here this morning. All right, brand new deck, y'all. I've shown this deck before, but I have not ever pulled cards from it before, so much so that it's still in its order. You know how when you open a new tarot deck and it's still in its order? So you have to really, really shuffle the first time. That's what I'm doing. Y'all want to know what deck it is? I know y'all do. I got this deck from, where did I get this deck from? Let me think where I got this deck from. Oh, from Five Below. I got this deck from Five Below. So it's the size of regular playing cards, and it's called the Kawaii. That's how I say it, because I say it like Hawaii. Kawaii Tarot cards, which I bought because, I don't know if y'all can see on the box, because it has coffee in it. I got my coffee and tarot in one deck. I don't think there's any unicorns. That would just be amazing. Okay. I think I've shuffled enough. We're going to start pulling cards. Ooh, here we go. And 5 and 1 for good measure. Ooh, we have 5 cards and 1 for good measure. This deck has no book. Obviously, it's like $5. It was just playing cards. So now I really get to see if Valorie knows the tarot or not. Maybe I just make it up. Coffee with honey. First tip. Not bad. We'll see if it grows on me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Loving this right off the bat. This is energy that's going to help us close out 2022 and ring in 2023. And take that for however you want it, whatever you're working on doing. The Magician, first card of the week, Major Arcana. I like him, her, she, them. Let's not make it gender specific. But the Magician is the energy that we can take into this week as we close it out. It's the card that says, okay, Fool's Journey. Y'all know me, I got to do a little bit of tarot education. The Fool is card 0, the very first archetype that the Fool visits on his journey is the Magician. Magician card 1. I love this card so much. This card has been coming up a lot, which means it's not just me, it's the collective. If I had to say the energy going into the next, this would be 1. I probably have about top 5 cards for the energy that I have pulled repeatedly for 2023. Whenever I look for 2023, the energy that repeatedly comes up, the Magician is 1 in the top 5, for sure, for sure. Like I was saying, the Fool visits the Magician first in his journey because the Magician tells him that you have everything you need. No matter what comes your way, you have everything you need. You were born with it. You were divinely blessed with it, gifted with it, however you want to look at it. On the magician's table, not shown in this cute little picture, on the magician's table are all of the symbols for the 4 suits of the minor arcana: swords, wands, cups, swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. Swords, wands, cups, and pentacles, showing that this magician has dominion and has control, is able to use all of these tools, all of these skills, which is everything in life. Of course, we have to go through life and learn, when do we use the hammer and when do we use the screwdriver? But that doesn't mean you were born without a hammer and a screwdriver, if I can put it that way, in terms that you can understand. We were all born with the full toolkit. We were all born as magicians, as creators. This life journey, when you say, no, I wasn't, Valorie, you don't know my life. Yes, you were. Your life is the journey of figuring out how to use the tools that you were gifted with. So sometimes we need to use the screwdriver, but we just bang on it with the hammer instead and kind of break it all up and everything ends up going to shit. That's life. But you still had the tool, right? Right. You still had the tool. So life is about being the magician, realizing that you are the magician, stepping into that magician power and saying, and now I'm going to learn how to use my wand or my pentacle or whatever it is. But first, claiming that you have those tools and that you have that power. Powerful message for how we wrap up 2022 and move into 2023. Claim your power and then sit back in that power. I am the magician. And sometimes I get it wrong. Sometimes my potions and my magical things, they blow up on me, but sometimes I get it right. And life is all about figuring out how to do the right more repeatedly, how to figure out, when am I using the screwdriver instead of the hammer? So you are the magician. You have everything you need to do everything that is being called of you, especially, y'all, 2023 is going to be big. I don't know what y'all heard, but I heard it's going to be big. You have everything you need to move into that energy and to take charge of your life and create what you need. Hi, Rue. This coffee is actually not bad, but it's sitting right by my window, and that's not good because it's going to be an iced coffee by the time I get through. Okay, so the magician, claim your power. Claim the energy that you were born with. You may have lost it along the way, but it's still within you. Claim that. Let it rise to the surface. And then the next one is the hermit. Oh, look at the kitty in the box. The hermit. I'm reading this as, this is not claim your power and then don't do anything with it. This is claim your power, but you haven't been claiming your power for a while now, some of you, or some of you have not been fully claiming your power. Let me put it that way. This hermit card is the pause card. This is not the turn within and shut your door card, because none of us need that going forward in 2023. That's not what I've been hearing anyway. The hermit card is to pause and take a minute by yourself, for yourself, to fully sit in that magician power for yourself. A lot of us say, if I'm the magician, I'm going to do this for the world, and I'm going to do this for my mother, and I'm going to do this for my kids. This is a hermit is coming up to say, but where are you going to use that magic for yourself? Pause for just a minute. Think about what it means to truly be in my power for myself. 2 major arcana, y'all. 2 major arcana. Pause and pause. I got it. I got it. See, my coffee's kicking in. Pause and pause. I like it. I'm going to put some more, even more honey in. When you try to detox off of sugar, you need more honey than you probably, I'm just saying. I need more honey. I need it to be super sweet. Okay, the next card. So we have 2 major arcana. So major arcana, I've said it before. I'm going to say it again so y'all get sick of hearing me say it. So y'all start saying it before I say it. I bet y'all already know what I'm going to say. Major arcana are for your entire life. They touch all aspects of your life. This energy is important to all aspects of your life. So maybe you're thinking about Maybe that magician card came up and you said, oh yes, that's exactly what I need for my career. And you start applying that magician energy to your career. It's major arcana. And even though you're focused on your career, it's going to spread to all areas of your life. That energy is going to move into all areas of your life. So it's not about just the here and now. It's about big overarching things in your life. And we got 2 heavy hitters to start out our week. Right in the middle, we have 9 of Swords. These are colorful swords. I wonder what the colors are about. The colors are speaking to me. I know what it is. 9 of Swords. I just got it. I just got a hit. 9 of Swords is the card that shows us staying awake at night because our thoughts are so troublesome that we can't sleep at night. And then I saw all these colors, and the colors are really meaning something to me. And I finally got it. The colors are about creativity. The colors are about thoughts, exciting, colorful, creative thoughts. Probably, if we all are trying to stay positively focused, we have positive hopes, wishes, dreams, aspirations for 2023. We have creative thoughts for things that we want to do. Ideas are popping into our heads about all of the wonders of 2023. And sometimes all of that thinking keeps us up at night. So this 9 of Swords is not coming into our reading as, oh my God, let go of your troublesome thoughts and move away from it. This is coming into the reading as, calm down. You got a whole fucking year to figure this shit out. Stop letting it keep you up at night. Stop worrying about it. Don't worry about the future so much that it disrupts your current present moment. Yes, it's colorful. Yes, it's exciting. Yes, you've got a lot of things that you want to do in 2023. But don't let your thoughts about the future overpower your thoughts about what do I need to do right now in order to plan for the future, or what do I need to do right now that I didn't do yesterday because I was too busy thinking about the future. Anyway, don't let those thoughts affect you so much so that you're in a 9 of Swords situation where now you have anxiety over the future, or now you have so many thoughts going on so much that you can't sleep. Don't let it be disruptive. Take a moment. Again, I'm going to go back to this one. Take a moment. Breathe into it. We have 12 months. 12 months to accomplish what we, and some of y'all are saying, yeah, Valorie, but I said that last year and look at me now. Listen, the you of January 2022 is not the you of December 26, 2022. I said too many 20s, but y'all know what I mean. The person that you started this year out with and you said, I'm going to do all these things, is not the same person here. So start again, say what you're going to do, claim 2023. It'll be fun. Don't let it worry you. It's going to be fun. Oh, how do I know it's going to be fun? Another major arcana. Look at that. Oh, they're so cute. They are really cute. Really cute lovers. For those of you who have been following me for a while, you know that the Lovers is the card for 2022. So how fitting that it would show up in our reading for our last Magical Monday reading of the year, make an appearance. And this is a chance, again, to reflect on the message of 2022, which is the Lovers card. How did I bring love into my life this year? And are there any ways that I want to close out this year in love? Maybe I've walked in fear. Maybe I've walked in doubt. Maybe I've been angry about some shit. How can I put some love on those things? Share some love to those situations, places, memories, so that when I move forward into 2023, whatever those energies are that brought me discomfort in 2022, they feel a little bit lighter. They might not be gone. They might not be resolved. They might still have your attention in 2023. But if you can leave this year with the energy we started this year, which is love, put a little bit more love towards all of those situations, people, places, just to lighten it just a little bit. So it's not such a heavy load to carry into the new year. Let it go if you can. But not all of us are at a moment where we can just let it go just because the calendar says it's the end of the year. So if you're not ready to let it go, if you're still working on something, that's fine. Just remember, the more love you can infuse into the situation, the lighter that will be for you to carry. And the lighter it is to carry, the lighter it is and the easier it is for you to solve and resolve. So love. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that Spirit wants me to tie that card into. If you love somebody, tell them. Sounds cliche. It is cliche. We've heard it so many times that we say, oh, when we hear it, and then we don't do it. If you love somebody, tell them, please. All right. Yes. And then the last card, 4 of Cups. I got excited because it's coffee. I got coffee in my cards. I got coffee in my cards. And you know why else I'm excited? Because 4 is my favorite number. Bam, bam. Okay, so right after the Lover's card, then we get the 4 of Cups. And Cups is about emotions. Cups is about intuition. Cups is related to the element of water. So we have all these moving emotions, intuition. And 4 is about stability. You know what? There might be a little bit more that Spirit's trying to tell me out of this card. Okay. So we have the Lovers. This is totally not, I don't even know where this message is coming from, but I was looking at this card and I'm seeing these 4 different cups and I'm noticing how different coffee, I love coffee, but I'm noticing how different each one of these coffees are. One looks like a little tiny espresso. One is obviously an iced frappuccino, something probably, I bet that one has honey in it because look how happy she is. And then of course, one with lots of foam winking at you. Oh, she's a flirt. Anyway, all of these different coffees, 4 being stability, and they're all different yet represented as stable. Does that make sense to y'all? It's like differing things coming together. Maybe it's like kind of like all of the things in your life in this past year. Well, maybe in your life, because maybe some of y'all had a big year. Realizing that they don't have to all fit. They don't have to all look nice. They don't have to all be this beautiful picturesque picture of a puzzle pieces all going together. This past year, this past few years have been messy. I don't know about y'all, but for me, they've been a little bit messy. And this is taking all of that messiness and saying, out of all of this mess, I can still find stability. None of these cups really match, but they're all coffee. Now, maybe none of your cups in your cupboard in your life, let's call your life your cupboard. Maybe none of your cups match, but they can all hold coffee. So what is that theme that runs through your last year that kind of pulls it all together and gives you a sense of stability? Like my year was crazy, but damn, at least I got a good set of friends that helped me through it. Oh, that was the common thread that ran all through 2022. Whenever I had something go crazy, at least I had a good set of friends who I could talk to about it. So there's got to be something that brings you stability, even when things seem mismatched and things seems out in 1 minute that's cold and the next minute your life is hot. And so what is the common theme that you can hold on to that brought you some sense of stability? Maybe it's the love for your kids, the love for your grandkids. Maybe it is a job. Maybe just the routine and the stability of a paycheck is what is the common thread for you throughout your life. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be spiritual. Whatever it is that brings you a sense of stability, that helps you stay grounded, where you can say, everything in my life is going wrong, but at least I have this thing going for me. Make a note, maybe journal about that as 2022 closes out. Maybe decide if that's the same thing you want to hold on to for stability for 2023, or if you want to expand that. Maybe you want to expand that. Maybe you had one friend who kept you stable through all of 2022 and you're like, okay, that's good. I think maybe I can open my heart up and have 2 or 3 friends in 2023. Whatever it is, maybe you want to expand that thing that kept you stable. Maybe that thing that kept you stable has played its course and you want to get rid of it and pull something else in. But I think it's important that we focus on, here's another cliche, focus on what worked right for you and keep doing more of that. But for real, focus on what is working for you. Spirit is telling me expand though. We're all expanding naturally. Can't help it because this world is moving way too fast, spiritually, energetically, and physically. Expansion is just part of the game at this point. And so Spirit is saying, yes, find your stability, but also expand upon that, because I feel like, straight from Spirit, not from me. Take it as you will. Our stability is going to need to be shored up and reinforced, not because something bad is going to knock us around, but because the energy is so big and so good that we really need to have our anchors in for what's coming next. How can I think that's the best way to put it. There's nothing, there's no dark cloud of gloom that's saying batten down the hatches and make sure your windows are boarded. That's not what's happening. What's happening is there's this amazing, I just keep seeing it. Spirit keeps showing it to me as a whoosh. That's the best way I can describe it. This energy, this surge of energy. And in order for you to be able to absorb what you need out of this surge of energy, to use it, and to also not be knocked off center by this good thing that's coming into all of our lives, we need to make sure that our foundations, whatever that is personally, are shored up. So when I read this card of 4 of stabilities and I talk about finding that stability, finding that thread, Spirit is in my ear saying, expand upon that. If you have 4 legs to your chair, you might want to consider putting 6 legs. You might want to consider putting cement blocks around those 4 legs. You might want to consider weighting something down, not because you're scared of what's coming, but because you're like, oh yeah, bring it on. I want to make sure I'm safe in this situation. I want to make sure I'm stable in this situation. So that stability is, expand upon your senses, expand upon where you get your stability from. And you might want to examine it, because maybe if you have a false sense of stability, you might want to make sure that's all shored up before things start keying up. Okay, this last one was the bonus card that just kind of screamed that it had to come out of the deck. I love how it's framed in purple and it's all stars and it's 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. So Wands is fire element. Wands is related to our personal energy, our skills, our passions, what lights us up, creative energy. And we have the 7, and I'm trying to picture that in my head in Rider-Waite version. The 7 of Wands is the one where, hold on, I'm getting a complete blank on the 7 of Wands. Oh, the 7 of Wands is the haters gonna hate card. The 7 of Wands is when you're in that bubble. It shows a person with what looks like opposing 6 opposing wands, and then the person is holding the 7th wand. So that's how the 7 wands are portrayed in the card. And the way I see it is, this person is firmly standing their ground. Oh, that makes sense. Now I'm putting it all together. When we just talked about fortifying your foundation, expanding upon your foundation, this one, all stars, I love it. It's your personal wands. It's your personal passions and skills that are going to help you with that foundation, so that when those opposing, it's not even opposing, when those energies that are not your own are surrounding you in any situation, so that you are able to stand firm in your own beliefs. And some of those energies that are not your own, look at those beautiful 7 wands. I wouldn't be mad if I was surrounded by these 7 wands, because they're pretty and they're sparkly, and I bet they have glitter. But here's the thing. Being able to stand firm in your own beliefs and your own foundation that you have built up for you, finding that stability, going on into 2023, means that all of your friends can have a differing opinion and it doesn't knock you off base. You're like, yep, I don't care if you believe in Sasquatch, I believe in aliens, and it's all good. No, it's the idea of being so firm in your own beliefs that you are not offended by, you do not feel the need to defend, you do not feel attacked by others' opinions that differ from your own. You welcome them all in, but you are still firm. So I still get that I'm standing firm is the strongest energy. And the other wands around me are wands. Like, people are holding their wands. People are holding their power, and their power does not infringe upon mine. And they can surround me holding their power, their opinions, their beliefs. And that has it doesn't challenge me. It doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me. We're all waving our beautiful, magical, colorful wands. 7 of Wands. That's what I got from that. Kind of heroic, kind of not. Kind of spirit, kind of heroically speaking. So that's what I have from the tarot. I'll drink some more coffee because it's getting cold really fast. Oh, okay. Oh, I got the I got the hint of honey now. You know what would taste really good is lavender honey. That sounds so good. I got to figure out how to put lavender in my coffee. I know a coffee shop that puts lavender in the coffee, but I don't know how to do it myself. I'm sure there's something. Okay, we're gonna move on to oracle cards. I'm sure there's a leaf or something. Do you just take like real lavender and like steep it in your coffee? Is that how you do it? Does anybody know? I need to know these things. I just dropped my cards. To the Google. I love it. Cinnamon and honey are great in coffee. Okay, y'all. I guess that's the second or third time I've seen cinnamon. I guess I better go get me some cinnamon. That's a healthier way to drink coffee, I think, instead of a bunch of sugar. Oh, thank you, Christina. You put it in the grounds before. Now that makes perfect sense. I would have never thought it. Y'all think I'm smart. I'm not. Yeah, I just be playing that way on Zoom. That makes so much sense. It makes me feel dumb that I didn't think of it. Lavender in the coffee before you brew it. Duh. Agave is a honey sub. All right. I am shuffling angels and ancestors now. That's our oracle cards that we are going to go to. I'm going to have to try that too. One letter change, and it's the word for unconditional love. I call it unconditional love. What do y'all call it? Agape? Mm. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Pulled an oracle card. I was going to say a oracle card, but there's an N because oracle starts with the vowel. Did y'all know that? I'm just playing with y'all. I'm trying to reclaim my smart card. The card I pulled was Air Guardian. Air Guardian. Air, if you want to relay it, tie it back into tarot, air is related to the suit of swords, and air often represents communication or our thoughts. And in the small print on this card, before I even go to the book, it says shift your perception. Air Guardian. Shift your perception. I'm going to add what I'm hearing from Spirit, and then we are going to go to the book because it is an oracle card. I'm going to add shift your perception about what you consider is reality. Shift your perception about what you consider is reality. That message has been repeated to me for several months now, and it's starting to come up in collective readings, in individual readings. So I feel very safe in saying this is a message for all of us, not just for me anymore. Shift your perception about what you consider is reality. But the book says, change the way you think and you will change your whole reality. Another fucking cliche. Are y'all, do y'all know? Listen, around every major holiday and especially the end of the year, there are so many cliches. I try to start my new cliches, but they never catch on. So I'm just going to have to get stuck with the old one. All I asked you to do is when you hear a cliche, if it resonates with you, stop and really think it through. Maybe you just want to sit in the energy of it. But I think the cliches are cliche because they lose their effectiveness. And so when we hear a cliche that, I mean, there's a reason why it's a cliche in a spiritual based book, for no less. How many spiritual teachers have you heard say, change the way you think and you will change your whole reality? There's a reason why all of these spiritual leaders all over the world are getting the same download and the same message, and we just discount it as cliche. But when you really think about it, how did Kyle Gray all the way across the pond and somebody here in America come up with the same message and put it in their oracle book at the same time, around the same time, published around the same time? These people are not just pulling shit out of their ass. They're getting these downloads from the divine. And we're being told over and over and over again, I don't know, maybe because we didn't listen the first 50 million times. Because this is not just our generation that's saying this shit. So maybe it's time to say, why is this cliche still pervading? Why is it still so prevalent? Maybe because we haven't been listening. Maybe if we start listening, the divine will give us new cliches. Maybe, I don't know. So the rest of the message is, it says, air is all about thoughts, thinking, and everything that's happening in the mind. So we know that part. Let's say the extended message is, when this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You're being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you are being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance that the way you are thinking or what you are focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. I'm going to read that again. If you are being challenged, think about a time when you were being challenged. If you're not currently challenged, think about a time that you were being challenged. Or maybe you feel a lack of clarity. Think about a time that you were confused, or a lack of direction. Think about that. There's a good chance that the way you were thinking or what you were focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. I like how it worded that. Has a lot to do with that reality, meaning there's more than one reality, meaning where you were thinking put you in that challenge, caused a lack of clarity, a lack of direction, and put you in that reality. So you could change your thoughts and change your reality. See how I worked all that back in? You change your thoughts and you put yourself in a different reality though. Okay. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you're ready to do the internal work to support them. Air Guardian. Stacy, I'm so glad you asked. This is art from one of my favorite clients. 14, I think she's 14. I might be misquoting her age. A 14-year-old painted this, hand drawn and hand painted off a photo from Facebook that showed one of my eyes up close. And she painted my eye for me. It's one of our people here. Lori, I'm just gonna put her on blast. I'm just gonna put it all out there. Lori's daughter, Bridget, who Bridget is almost never in this group, but Lori, her mom is, and that's how I know her, painted that. She's a Denver, Coloradian. She's amazing. Anyway, where are we going next, y'all? I've only pulled one. Oh, I already know. I've only pulled one oracle card, which means I must be doing a lot of talking because we're already at 11:45. Dragons! I thought dragons. Before I said that, I thought dragons. But then when I went to reach into, all of my cards are still in the bag. I have been moving back and forth between I've been doing house sitting and babysitting. And so I pack my cards up when I know I'm going to be over there. And I've done so many packing and unpacking that I just leave them in the bag right now. Is that lazy? I'm going to be less lazy in 2023. No, I'm not. But I'm going to say that because it sounds real good at the end of the year. Anyway, they're all in a bag. I kind of like it. It's kind of convenient knowing that all of my cards, well, they're not all of my cards. I lied. Yeah, all of my cards cannot fit in a bag. It's a little bag. All of my decks could fit in a carry-on size luggage. I think. I've got over 40 decks, I think. I'm gonna count them one day and tell y'all how many decks I have, but not today. The next deck I'm going to is Cosmic Journey Oracle. Oh, I'll tell y'all about a download I had. I'm gonna share it with y'all later, not like in this event. I might post it online or something. I had a download overnight about vision boards and how to make them actually effective for 2023. And Spirit gave me the idea of vision cards, and not like a whole board, but just a little card. And I was just like, yeah, I can do that. That's a topic for another day, but I will share that. Oh, look at this. Who asked for dragons? Christina. Christina asked for dragons. And I'm in the Cosmic Journey. And the first card I get is Divine Dragon. Y'all better get y'all's magic out of my reading. Don't be pulling my cards for me, Christine. I'm kidding. I love it when all of our energies come together in that way. Divine Dragon, and it's card number 4. I think that's a 4. Are my Roman numerals correct? Oh, we're hitting all of the green lights. My favorite number, and it's a dragon. Let me find it. Divine Dragon. The attributes are the keywords: sovereignty, power, full expression, and magic. Doesn't that sound like the magician? Mm-hmm. A dragon chooses you. You do not choose the dragon. A dragon's power connects you to your own power from within. To stand sovereign, it is also connected to your root expression of power, fire, and even sexual energy, Kundalini rising. I feel like I read that in real broken structure, so let me try that again. It is also connected to your root expression of power, fire, and even sexual energy, Kundalini rising. You cannot serve the collective without yourself first being alive and ablaze. You cannot serve the collective without yourself first being alive and ablaze. I need to make a mental note of that, because I do feel like I serve the collective when I do these readings. I was alive this morning, but I wasn't ablaze until I had my coffee. So I got to start making sure I'm both alive and ablaze. Allow the dragon's fire to allow the dragon's fire of purification to cleanse you. In the East, the dragon was seen as a mythical guardian with influence over all the elements. Hey, just like the magician. Remember we just talked about the magician? In the West, it was seen as a feared, fire-breathing serpent because people didn't fully understand the magic and divine wisdom dragons carry. Yeah, they're just trying to say we're slow over here in the West. I'm okay with that. There's an awakening of the dragon archetype now. That is true, and that is not for me. That's from other practitioners who work in the dragon world. And I've heard that over and over again, that dragons are awakening. Dragons' energy is coming back to Earth. Dragons are interacting with us again. I've heard that. It's not my cup, it's not my thing, but I've heard that and I believe it. So I shouldn't say it's not my thing. I should say I haven't researched it for myself. But I love dragons. There's an awakening of the dragon archetype now, and you can embody that with this cosmic conversation. Your power is engaged for a purpose, breathing fire when needed. And here's some questions that you can ask yourself or ask this dragon if you're working with this energy. Why did you choose me? Asking your dragon energy. How do I more fully proclaim my power in this situation? What areas of shame, guilt, or smallness do I need to examine and cleanse? Yes. What is your name so I can call on you when needed? I have a personal dragon. How can I call you in and ask for your help? I love that. I have a personal dragon and I just call it by its color. It's sapphire dragon. And I didn't even find that dragon on my own. Again, it was somebody, I believe it was Gail Fowler. Some of y'all know Gail Fowler, some of you don't, who works with dragons. And she's the one that saw my sapphire dragon and told me about it. And I just call it sapphire dragon. So, and it responds. So you don't have to have a specific name. You can just call on whatever you want to call on if you want to welcome that energy into your life. So that was cool that we got dragons even from a not dragon deck. Where are we at? 9 minutes. I hope you are feeling jazzed up about this new year. Y'all know we have a lot of, and by we, I'm saying the groups that I'm a part of, that I believe most of you are a part of. When I say we, I'm speaking collectively in a community. We have a lot of practitioners that I think most of you are aware of, groups and communities who are all getting their own divine messages in their own divine timing. And I love, as I look out on all of these groups, to see the cohesiveness of the messages that we are receiving, which tells me that we are all tuned into something bigger than ourselves, because we're all getting these same messages. And I'm saying that to say is there is a lot going on in the spiritual communities that I'm a part of, that I hope, if you feel so inclined, that you all take part of over these next couple of weeks. I know JP's group, JP is here, and I have seen so many things come up in JP's group, just getting you ready for the new year, discussions that they have over there in JP's group. Awkwardly Zen is having a New Year's Day event talking about the numerology of 2023. I go to that event every year. This will be my 3rd year going. I highly recommend that if you're at all interested in numerology and using that as a tool to divine what's coming up. I myself has New Year's Eve readings, which I think most of you are signed up for. And then there's also events in the new year. Susanna Magdalena has events on her thing, getting you set up for the new year. I think Awkwardly Zen, not I think, because I'm a part of it. Not I think, I haven't done my part yet. Don't tell Ari. I still have to get my presentation together. But Awkwardly Zen is having a workshop as far as the first of the year, like once we get into the first of the year. So anyway, I'm just saying, if you are flapping in the wind trying to figure out how to wrap up 2023 and what to call in for 2022 and what to call in for the next year, trying to just get your bearings and figure out what to do, there is a lot of help available. Please look into all of the events that are being hosted to help us prepare for 2023, because like I said, overall, 2023, whoosh. That's what I want y'all to remember. Whoosh, that's all I keep hearing. Spirit just keeps showing whoosh, that power, whoosh. So I hope you're ready. I hope you are ready. Energetically, let's see, I've got 6 minutes left. I'm pulling from Gods and Titans, which is the divine masculine energy. Gods and Titans. I may have bought it just because of the dude on the cover. No, I didn't. That's not how I picked my oracle card. Mostly. But the card that we have here, Ganesha, I think I'm saying that correctly. And it says obstacles. Obstacles. My intuitive hint before I go to the book, because I'm not very familiar with this card at all. My intuitive hint is that Spirit is saying, clean house. You might have some old things that you can, okay. The perception card that we landed on that says shift your perception is directly tied into this right now. This message is from Spirit. The obstacles that you were presented with, which are actually opportunities, but y'all like calling them obstacles. That's what Spirit is saying in my ear. And it's talking to me too. the opportunities / obstacles that you were presented with in 2022 that you might still be dealing with. Spirit is asking you in this moment to shift your perspective about it, not to look at something which is clearly a challenge for you and sugarcoat it and paint flowers on it. That's not what we're talking about. That's not shifting your perspective. Shifting your perspective is, again, looking within. When this obstacle first presented itself to me, when was that? And where was I at on my path? And now that I'm here on my path, same obstacle, same situation, but I'm a different person. And can I take my new self and look through my new eyes and see if there's something new about this opportunity that maybe I couldn't see from before? And maybe I can work on lightening that, changing it, shifting it, so I don't have to carry that same exact energy. Maybe it's still an obstacle, but it doesn't have to be that same exact energy forward. Let's shift it, let's lighten it, let's change it. Let's move it from a black to a soft gray. You know, it's not saying that everything is going to resolve itself just because we decided to become enlightened and change our perception, but it is saying that we can change the energy of it so that it's easier for us to deal with. Let's see what the book says. It says this god, Ganesha, is one of the most loved of all Hindu gods. Interesting. I'm not going to read his whole story because that's what the book does. It tells you the whole story. If you're interested, go ahead and research it on your own just to see why this card came up. But let's talk about what the message is. One moment, let me find it. He is an active god, although many immediately think of him as laid back, as he is often pictured seated with a sweet on his round belly. Sounds like me. That's how I want to be depicted. When I die, draw me with a big old belly and a donut sitting on it and a cup of coffee in my hand. That's the way I want to be immortalized. Okay, anyway. Where was I at? Oh. In the old stories, he was a brave warrior, fighting demons or dancing wildly, pushing away any obstacles. He carries an axe which he swings to destroy pride, inertia, and vanity. A statue or picture of Ganesha in your card assists in avoiding accidents and traffic, as he grants peace to a house, and he grants peace to a house should his form be placed at the front door or even the door to your room. Ganesha is also the patron of writers, having penned the Sanskrit Indian epic of the, I cannot pronounce that, Mahabharata, with nearly 2 million words total. Good Lord. And it's the perfect deity to call upon to break the obstacle of writer's block. Yay, some of y'all, I know some of y'all are working on that. I know. So call on this deity. That's why he came up in this reading. Any problems writing papers, working out problems, or finding a job, Ganesha should be able to help you. So this is about overcoming those obstacles and calling in your helpers and the energies that might help you move beyond those obstacles, in addition to all of the other messages that we received. And that brings us right to time. I feel like we didn't get through that many oracle cards, but I do feel like we got the message that Spirit wanted to give us. A cat on my lap and some cheese and crackers. I like it. Okay. I hope I see you at the New Year's Eve event. Some of you, I hope to see Wednesday morning for our meditation. Those are the two things that are coming up on the calendar. As far as that, most of you are on my mailing list. If you're not, you can go to Tarot Unicorns Coffee and scroll down to the bottom of the page, sign up for the mailing list. There will be, I hesitate to say a lot, but y'all will be getting a few emails. When I say a lot, I'm talking about 5. Y'all will be getting, so if that's a lot to you, go ahead and unsubscribe now. But a lot of emails coming up for the new year, just to let you know of what's going to come, what's coming down the pipes. I'm trying to be prepared ahead of time to give you some heads up for events, specials, whatever you might want to be involved in the next year. So I'm not springing it on you last minute. So be looking for emails, be looking for events posted on Meetup. I hope I see you at some of the events that are going to, within my community and other communities, that are going to get you prepared and ready for 2023. Yeah, that's all I got for you. If I don't see you before the new year, Happy New Year, happy winter solstice. For those of you who already celebrated that as your new year, happy everything. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season.